All right, let's talk about some AI. What do you say? Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Legler here again, and in this video, I want to talk to you about how to use AI in your marketing. That's right, how to use AI in your marketing. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you have likely heard the term AI, right? Or artificial intelligence. And the funny thing is, it's not like this terminology just came out. It's been around for a long, long time. Me personally, I'm a child of the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. So even I can look back to several movies that talked about man versus machine and machines taking over, and how artificial intelligence is going to be the launching board for when the machines will finally take over and kill us all. But seriously. No, I'm just kidding. Look, there's nothing to worry about in that sense, at least not now, thank God. However, artificial intelligence is here, and it's here in full force and has been for a little while now, and it seems like it's only getting better and more intelligent and more sophisticated as time goes on. With that said, you'd be absolutely at a disadvantage if you didn't put some of this to work for you in your own business, particularly when it comes to your marketing, because it's that intelligent, that intuitive, and there's no reason why you can't put it in there and make it work for you. And honestly, I know a lot of people, myself included, who have seen a lot of success using AI, and the reality is we've not even touched the full potential of it all, but more and more it's getting to where it's expanding to where it can do a lot more things, and really it's more like us trying to keep up with AI these days as it is AI catching up to what we can do as human beings. I know that might seem like an exaggeration, but I think you'll get what I'm talking about. And really ultimately the point that I'm trying to make is there's a lot of things that AI can now do for you that you had to do before on your own, or you had to outsource it. So why not use AI if you can, because it is here. It just makes sense. I'm going to give you 3 of the top and best ways that I know how to use AI in my business, and I would encourage you to do this as well, because it'll certainly help you a lot in terms of your marketing. It'll take so much off your plate, and it'll just benefit you. Now again, you do need to kick it once in a while. You do need to come kick it the tires, come and check it and take a look at it to make sure it's operating right. But by and large, these things are so stinking amazing that once you set it, you can almost forget it. So why not have it work for you, put it to good use, and I hope this is helpful. Let's get right into it. Number 1, consideration. Okay, consideration. Now, when I talk about consideration, I really am implying the whole idea of you considering all things in your business and in your marketing. Now, what are the things that you might consider? Specifically, what I'm getting at is analytics, right? Or even more specifically, analyzing data. That's right, analyzing data. All successful marketers at one point or another have to do this and continue to do this. Oftentimes, they have a whole team that's dedicated to it, right? But you've heard me say in the past, when it comes to your marketing, you want to drill down as to who is your ideal person, right? And in that consideration, there's a lot of things to take a look at, a lot of things to consider. And when it comes to pulling forth the data and analyzing what it looks like, believe me, this is one of those long, tedious things, but it's worth it. But now there are platforms and there are functions in AI that will actually take care of all of this for you, and it actually exists on multiple platforms as well. So why not go ahead and take advantage of that? Let AI run its process for you and virtually hand over to you an entire package that reveals so much to you about your consumers and your prospects, right? All of it is there. Time of day that they're most reachable, right? And their response rate and how many things that they buy. All of these analytics are something that you need to consider in your marketing. That way it helps you create your marketing plan. And so why not have AI take a look at those things for you? If you don't have AI do it, then you'll have to do it yourself. And like I said, it's worth it. It's actually necessary. It's mandatory if you want to see success in your business, but it is time consuming. So why not offload this onto AI? And it's one of those things where, again, it does exist on multiple platforms. So there's no reason why you couldn't have it go out there and scour all of the analytics and prepare for you some detailed reports that gives you ammunition and fuel that you can use in your marketing to reach more people. Number 1, consideration. Number 2, creation. Okay, creation. Now I know that you're thinking, why am I just using the single word creation as opposed to putting a word in front of it? Because the reality is AI is that smart where it can do any form of creation that you want. So you go ahead and fill in the blank in terms of the word creation and what you want to put in front of it. Whether it's content creation, campaign creation, AI can do all those things now, right? AI can run and create an entire marketing campaign for you. It can also create content. And when it comes to creating content, there's a lot of different things that go into content creation that AI can help you with. Things like hooks and taglines and headlines, right? Things like actual bodies of copy, right? Bodies of material that you can go ahead and edit, so that it sounds personal to you. It can do all those things. Back in the day, you had to hire a copywriter or maybe hire a ghostwriter, things like that. AI AI can do those things now for you. Now, obviously, like I said, you do want to edit it. You want to make sure that you personalize it so that it's true to your voice. And there's a lot that can be said about that. But in terms of creating something that you can work with, it already exists. On top of that, there's specific AI that will deal only in specifics. I can think of a best-selling AI right now that has been around for a long time in a software form, and now it's a full-blown AI that will create all of your copy for you. And it'll go ahead and adapt it towards different platforms that you might need it for. For instance, you may need to go ahead and craft some copy that you would use in a VSL, a virtual video sales letter. Or then you want to take that and use it towards a webinar. And then you want to take that and use it towards a long-page sales letter online. Those are three distinct different things, and the copy has to be tweaked accordingly. And there's AI that will create all three forms while sticking true to the main core of the message. It's absolutely mind-blowing. On top of that, there's been recent AI that I have seen that will actually create an entire sales funnel for you. Now think about that. I didn't say generate a website. I'm talking about a full-blown, high-converting sales funnel, as complex as it is, even at the webinar level. And people have made tons and tons of money by selling material and selling products and services through webinars. There's actually AI that if you give it a couple pieces, it will absolutely fork out an entirely functional webinar style sales funnel, right? It's absolutely insane that this exists, but it does, right? And so that's just, again, just the tip of the iceberg. So if you need something created for you, hey, you don't have to build it anymore. Go ahead and use AI to do it for you and save yourself the time. Number 3, and finally, communication, all right? Communication. Kind of goes without saying that you have to communicate with people in order to get them to buy something, and you definitely have to communicate with people if you need them to buy something again. Communications is something that exists in this world for a reason, and AI can now take over that for you. It's absolutely insane. I've kind of mentioned it before, and again, it's just the tip of the iceberg, but obviously there's AIs right now that operate on entire hubs to where if someone messages you on a specific platform, let's call it Facebook or Instagram, it automatically responds for you. It'll also do direct messages through chats, through like Facebook Messenger, and so on and so forth, right? And they are interactive. It's not just simply saying if someone posts something and just says, hey, go check this out. I mean, it can appear like someone is sitting behind the keyboard and giving actual answers. It's that intelligent, right? To where your responses are relative to the question being asked. These are the things that you can do, right? So very few and far between do you even have to do your own follow-up anymore. You certainly don't need to hop on the phone with someone unless it's absolutely required. I would still recommend you do that, especially at the high ticket level in order to get that sale over the finish line. But by and large, communications, you can outsource your entire communications now to AI. AI will do it, especially if it's done, again, in the online marketing space. There's no reason why you shouldn't use it. So please look into that and take the load off your plate. And when you think about it, these things, they really are a blessing, in my opinion. Again, a lot of people have this mindset, well, if these things are getting so smart, they're going to take away jobs and phase people out. Not necessarily. What I view it as now, the way that it should be used now, is exactly where I see all my friends and heroes using it, where they're using it as helpful tools to offload some of the things off of their plate so that they can focus on the things that matter most in running a business, which is the vision, the sales, and the decision making, right? That's what you should do. Isn't that what an entrepreneur does? Isn't that what you do at the highest level? Sure, you get in the trenches, but ultimately as you scale, you just want to be able to run things by making decisions and having key players in place. And now the key players can be electronic or artificial intelligence. It really is an amazing thing, right? Who would have thought 30, 40 years ago that we'd finally get to this place where now it is commonplace. It's everywhere, right? You can get started using AI today, right? Think about it. For all those of you who have been on creating content online, making videos or doing live posts, whatever, I mean, you would always kill yourself. You would always put extra effort into creating content schedules. Well, now you don't have to. AI will actually do those things for you, and it works, and it's intelligent. So why not consider some of those things? All right, my friends, listen, hopefully this was helpful to you. Make sure you give me a like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content coming down the pipe that I've got just for you. This is Jason Ligo with Always Enterprise. I will see you next time. Take care.